Alright, today I'm going to talk about my 18 volt combo kit from Ryobi. These are Ryobi, but they don't look like them. This is the original Ryobi color that they all were, but I spray painted them black because I kept getting so many questions and comments about my sponsor Ryobi, and I'm not sponsored by Ryobi. I've never had any contact with the company. So I spray painted them to hopefully reduce the amount of direct questions related specifically to these tools, and so far it's worked. But anyway, that's why they're black. I spray painted them black. So I'm not going to go into all the crazy specifics with all these tools. If you want all the specifics, go to their website, ryobi.com or homedepot.com. You can find them all the specifics there. But I will tell you what I like, what I don't like, and what I buy them again for each one of these, or for the different kits that I have. So first off, I got a couple different things that were purchased together or received together. So all of these tools over to this side came in a kit, and the nail gun was a separate kit. The 3 larger batteries was a separate kit, and then the 6-bay charger was separate. So the 18 volt nail gun, I really like this actually. I like the convenience of it. There's a couple different nail guns out there. I don't battery powered nail guns out there, or cordless nail guns. This is the only one that I have experience with, and I like it specifically because it's convenient. No hoses is very convenient for me. I think it shoots up to a 2-inch nail, but I've only shot a 5/8 and 1 1/4 inch nail. It's jammed several times, but I've never used a nail gun that hasn't jammed. You just pop the top off up here and figure out what jammed, remove the jam, and then you're good to go. So it's not perfect, it does jam, but I've never used a nail gun that hasn't jammed. Not that big of a deal. It gets the job done. It's very heavy though, like way heavier than my corded, or I keep saying corded, way heavier than my traditional air hose powered brad nail gun. So this is their impact, and it's got a little magnet down here to hold some stuff as you're working, but the magnet is recessed, so it doesn't really hold anything. I don't really like that at all. It's got I put a fast cap magnet on the top, and you've probably seen in some of my videos, I got a whole pile full of screws right here on the top of the impact. It's just a fast cap magnet that's made specifically for the top of your drills, or impact in this case. So it is an 18 volt impact. All these tools are 18 volt tools, and using one of the standard batteries that comes with the kit, it feels a little underpowered. And I don't know if that's specifically, well, I do know it's because of the battery, because when I put one of these larger batteries in, these are these extra extended use batteries, it feels so much more powerful with one of these compared to one of these. And that may be because that these particular batteries are only a year and a couple months old. These are, I wrote the dates on them when I got them, 6/2014, and it's November 2015, so a little more than a year later, and these are starting to lose their life. So maybe that has something to do with why I feel that it's kind of weak with one of these. Next, they're 2-speed drill. This is an 18 volt drill, keyless chuck. It's just a drill. It drills holes. There's nothing special about it. It is 2-speed. It's got a high and a low, or in this case it says a 1 and a 2. The low speed is so low that I don't think I've ever used it. It's just too slow for a drill in my opinion. The jigsaw it's all right. I mean, it's better than the like $10 or $15 Harbor Freight jigsaw that I bought a long time ago. But it's not anywhere near as, even with the same blades, it doesn't have near as good a cut quality as my Bosch corded jigsaw. But then again, I don't use a jigsaw for awesome cut quality typically, so I typically go for this because it's just because it's cordless and it's convenient. The base kind of wiggles no matter how tight these are. I still got a little bit of wiggle in the base. And it's got a couple different aggressive settings for an oscillation in here that I never ever use. I always keep it on the tightest setting. I like the convenience of it. I'm not like overly sold on this being an awesome tool, but it works, it does the job, and I like the convenience. The kit came with a flashlight. It's the only thing I haven't spray painted because I never keep it in the shop. I use this actually as a lamp on my back porch. I just point it up towards the roof, which is white, and it bounces back as a decent amount of light. I specifically use it as a lamp, and maybe occasionally outside. You know, it's handy to have a flashlight that has a convenient rechargeable battery as opposed to a traditional flashlight where you have like C-size batteries or D-size batteries or whatever those are. So it's just a flashlight. It's not crazy bright. It's one of their older style bulbs, not any of the new like LED stuff. Just a flashlight. The reciprocating saw, this thing will beat you to death. It is so, I mean, it says it's got an anti-vibration handle, but I don't think so. It's got like this rubbery impact thing in between the handle and the body. But this thing has beat me to death more so than my old school. I've got like an 80s model Black & Decker reciprocating saw that I've had for years and years, and it doesn't vibrate and beat you to death near as much as this one does. But then again, this is convenient because it's got a battery and there's no cords, and I can just walk out in the front yard and prune a tree with it or whatever. So the convenience is why I use it. If I do use a reciprocating saw, which isn't often at all, their oscillating tool, excuse me, it's just an oscillating tool. Most of these do the exact same thing, but this has got a removable head that can spin 90 degrees. It's spin 360 degrees, but it's in 90-degree increments, so you can change the position of the tool in relation to the handle if you have to specifically do so in order to reach a certain spot or whatever, or for ergonomics. So it's kind of neat. I actually do like that. And their circular saw. This is, I forget what size circular saw, but the base is crazy flimsy. Like just a couple, I may or may not show up on camera, but just a thumb pressure, and this thing is going crazy. I wouldn't trust this for dead accurate 90-degree cuts on plywood and stuff, but it, like I said, convenience. It is convenient having a corded circular saw to make that first cut on plywood to get it more manageable, bring it to the table saw. I often do that. And for, you know, use with a speed square, just cutting 2x4s down and stuff like that, it's convenient, but not crazy accurate. And the laser on here is nowhere near accurate. If I'm running this up against an edge guide, a straight line edge guide that's clamped down to the material, the laser is always pointing forward and to the right. It's never pointing on line. I'm not going to knock the tool because of that, because I never use or never trust those lasers anyway, so that's one of those features that they include, but I don't really care about. The blade on this thing sucked right from the box, so after a couple cuts, I bought one of these DeWalt Construction Series blades or something like that. It made a big improvement, which is with most tools actually. Their 6-bay charger is something that I really like. I wish a lot of companies would do this, because if you have a full set of one particular tool brand, it kind of sucks when you have like 5 or 6 batteries that are dead, and then you have one, or maybe you have multiple chargers, but you only have one spot to charge the battery. It's so convenient to just put 4 or 5 batteries in there, or 3 or 4, however many batteries in there, plug it in, and go do something for a couple hours, and you come back and they're all charged. So that's pretty cool. I wish more companies would do that. So knowing what I know now, would I purchase these again if I had to do it all over again? And that's kind of a two-sided question. I'm going to say yes and no. And my reasoning is, for the first side where I'm leaning towards yes, is I did not outright purchase these with my own money. However, I did not receive them for free. I did some work for a third-party company who also works for Ryobi, and they offered me, instead of paying me for my work in money, they offered me to pay me in a little bit more retail value with all these tools. So because it was just time spent, I agreed to do it. I agreed to that. So I got these tools on what would have been less money than if I purchased them outright. So for me to repeat that excuse me, for me to repeat that situation over again, yes, I would, because I think that's a great way to, you know, acquire stuff, is to just, you know, do some trading with your time. However, would I purchase these with my own money? I can't answer that outright, because if I'm going to make an investment with this amount of tool, or with the money required for this amount of tools on a cordless set, then I'm not going to, or what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the store and I'm going to mess around with all the different ones and find the one that I like. I never did that for cordless tools like these, so I can't sit here and say that if I was to do that, this is the set that I would get. So, you know, if I was to do it all over again, if I was in the market for a cordless set, simply stating I would get these again, I can't do that. I would go to the store and I would mess with all the different brands, and at that point I would make a decision. But I got these on a crazy good deal as far as my time invested versus money invested, so that's the route that I went. No, that's kind of a crappy answer for all you guys, but it is what it is with this particular scenario. So hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you found this useful. At least it gives you a little glimpse into the tools and what I do and don't like about each one. Go to the store, make your own decision after you mess around with a couple of them. And if you like this particular Tool Talk series, then stay tuned next week. Same thing, different tool. Until then, you guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you later.